Hello, everybody. Hello, replay crew. Just up late with the fish. I'm not sure if anybody's going to be jumping on here this late at night, but I'm awake down here in the fish room doing stuff, and I figure why not? Go ahead and go on live for a little bit, see if anybody's up. Not much going on. If nobody's here in 5-10 minutes, I'll just go ahead and make it a real short live. So, I guess what I can do is, oh hey Craig, how you doing? Yeah, I just here it's a little after 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm up late almost every night. Hi, Debs. Welcome. Just down here in the fish room, uh, checking some tanks out and whatnot. I thought I'd just come on here, and wasn't much going on here, so I figured I'd go live and see if anybody would like to visit. I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you. Let's see now. What time is it in the UK right now? I'm trying to think. I know it's. I believe it's 5 hours later than us. So 1 o'clock. So it's about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, something like that. That's is completely out of the blue. Me doing this, coming on this live. I just was upstairs watching a little TV, and oh hey, no problem, Larry. This is kind of a spur of the moment thing. I was just upstairs. I was watching the TV, and I got a little bored, so I came down here to the fish room and turned the thing on. So, how you doing tonight? Yeah, I'm just down here checking a few things out. Maybe what I'll do is I can turn the camera around and go around and show you guys some of my tanks. They're not that great. Let me go ahead and take this camera down here. I'm going to turn the camera around 1 second. And let's see here. There's the back camera. Still trying to get this technology down a little bit here, guys. I'm going to start with this tank right here. This is one of my newest tanks I set up. This is the Bloody Mary tank. I lost one of the females when I was putting them in the tank here. There's the female right down there. And let's see here. I think I got the camera mirrored. It shouldn't be doing that. I think that's better. Okay, there we go. And so I had two females and two males, and I lost one of the females. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Mark. Just kind of a out of the blue live stream. I just up late watching the TV upstairs, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come down here. This is more fun. Just showing. I got some little. See if I can see any of these little shrimplets here. Got the female right there, but I have. I'm glad to see you in here, Larry. You know, I'd like to do a live stream sometime and have you on the panel, and we could ask you some questions about your fish room and whatnot. That'd be a lot of fun. I don't know if you'd want to do something like that. Let's see if I got any. There are a few shrimplets in here. And I think she's buried up again down there. That's Big Mama. I think she has some more shrimplets on the way. Switch over this tank here, a little more action over here. This is the Blue Star Endlers I got from Tara. She gave me, I think it was 2 males and 5 females. And now I got a whole colony of them in here. Oh, that would be a great thing, Larry. We can set up a time where it's convenient and do that. Do like a little aquarium show and tell, so to speak. And if you need any bristlenose plecos, I got a million of them here for you. There's a bunch of the albinos I got. Going around here, I got some blue dream in there. I put about 3 or 4 blue dream in here, and now I got another colony started in here, and I also got my ghost shrimp in this tank. And they've been breeding like the clappers in here, I tell you. See if I can find the female. I've seen a couple buried ones in here. They're quite a bit bigger than the Neocaradinas. Let's see here. That's one thing about this. I have a hard time trying to zoom this in. Still learning the technology on this StreamYard. Let's see. But those ghost shrimp are so transparent. It's really sometimes it's like they're camouflaged completely sometimes. Move the camera in a little bit here. Well, look at this Java moss, Larry. I was going to ask you a question about this. Anytime's fine for me, Larry. I'm here 24/7 pretty much. Oh, yeah, I got blue-eyed lemons upstairs, Jeff. Got the blue-eyed lemons. I got these albinos, and I got some calicos. These little blue star endlers, though, they're beautiful little fish. This is my first guppy-type fish ever in almost 50 years. And it's, the endler type. I love them. Yeah, let's move on to the next tank. That's my chair making all this noise here. The rollers on it aren't too good. Got more bristlenose. I got bristlenose in almost every tank because I got so many of them. I brought some of my black mollies down in here for dithers, and they're doing a good job. This tank here, I got it's like a pair of pink convicts in here, and then got firemouth. That's one of the. I have a whole tank of these firemouths upstairs. My big pair up there, they spawned, and this is one of the offspring. Got a whole slew of them. Coral, how you doing? Coral. Yeah, whatever your work schedule is, Larry, just let me know. I'll work with your schedule. Whatever's convenient for you will be great. How you doing, Coral? Just down here showing some of my tanks. They're not very glamorous. It's more of a breeding fish room, pretty much. Just kind of going around, showing a few of the tanks. Let's move over this way. My 40-gallon breeder. Got this set up for shell dwellers. But right now I'm raising up some dragon blood peacocks and some of my red zebras. My African cichlids are breeding me out of house and home here. I stopped pulling the females because I'm running out of tank space, and I got other breeding projects I'm trying to get going here. But this is some of the plants I got from Mark Shelley, Larry. This is that mermaid weed he was talking about. And that's the first stem plant I've ever had, really. And these have been, I plucked those in the substrate there. and they're really doing good. These African cichlids aren't bothering them one bit. I thought for sure they were going to try and tear them apart, but they don't even go after it. And they don't go after my Java moss either. That's been growing pretty good in this tank. I put a couple little patches in there, and oh yeah, the mermaid weed, that's really, really neat stuff, I tell you. That's already grown about 3 or 4 inches since I put it in there, that one on the right-hand side over here. I mean, it was right about here before, and then last few days it made a lot of growth up there. See that? Really nice. I've got a bunch of that rotella up here. I'm just floating it right now. Bunch of rotella, I guess is what it is. I'm not really real familiar with plants, but I'm trying to get there. Thinking about trying one of those pronounced Wallstad aquariums with a dirted tank. I'm thinking about doing that with one of my new tanks. Get it set up. Hey, have a good night, Larry. Thanks for stopping in here. I really appreciate it. You have a good night, brother. Yeah, I've never had plants really before, not too much. I've been keeping them now about 8 months. Not these plants, these are new ones. But like Java moss and hornwort are plants that I keep a lot. But Jeff, if you're still out there, these are a lot of the African cichlids I was mentioning. The ones that I'm trying to find new homes for. If anybody knows of anybody that wants African cichlids, let me know. I'd love to give some of these away to somebody who might like them. I like them, but like I say, I got a lot of different species I want to get in this fish room this summer. I'm thinking about trying to breed some of the Indonesian mouth-brooding wild-type bettas. Let's walk over here now, over the 75 wall. This is the breeding group of the red zebras. There's holding females in there right now. I just don't pull them anymore. Every now and then you'll see down there the little ones. A little one makes about every batch. If I kept every single baby that these females hold in here, I tell you, I'd have literally hundreds. I hope they do make somebody very happy. I'd like to find somebody that St. Dust, he's on with George at the moment. Oh, you'd like some of these, Craig? I'd love to give you some of these. I want to show you something special over here, though. Look at that guy right there. When I got Sonny here, I've had him now for almost 6 years. And when I netted him from the pond, he was less than 1/4 of an inch long. He was just a tiny fry. I mean, real small, like just free-swimming. And, customs would kill him. Yeah, it's too bad. But this is just the best fish right here. He's the tank boss, but he's not aggressive. He's not overly aggressive. He will let everybody know who's boss, and that's about it. Just a beautiful fish. Currently, this is the oldest fish I have in the fish room right now. I had other fish that passed away recently that were, I think, they're about 12 years old. I had an ancient pair of convicts, and they were just really super old. Oh, yeah, the eye biters, yep. They're nice. Not too aggressive. They try to get snotty with the pumpkin seed here, but he shows them who's boss. Of course, I got a lot of convicts down here. Lots of babies in there. A lot of algae on the glass. Lots of algae. Let's move over here now. And these are my dragon bloods. More algae on the glass. I got to get See, I don't like getting bit, so I need to get one of those magnet scrapers so I can clean the glass here. Sorry about all the algae, but there's Casanova right there. He's my breeder male. I think he's just a stunning fish myself. Little show off. Hey there. It's females. Yes, the pumpkin seed, when I caught this fish, Coral, it was in mid-August, about 6 years ago. The water I caught him in was very shallow. It was like warm like bath water. There was a whole little school of them. They were just all free swimming. Just probably maybe 2 weeks into free swimming. And so when I caught them, the water was probably 85 degrees. I brought them home. Of course, my tanks are right around 75 to 78 degrees. So I'm going to walk back over here to show Gil. Hi, Gil. Welcome. This fish has lived a tropical fish life its whole life. From the time that it hatched and became free swimming until now. And this fish is 6 years old exactly. Probably it'll be 7 in August because that's when I caught him. And he or she was no more than a week or two old. It was just a little mosquito-sized fry. Just the most beautiful fish, and it loves prepared foods. It eats the here. I'll go ahead and show you how he eats it. He's getting excited. He sees the container. Tetramin Jumbo Min. This is his favorite. Go ahead and give him a couple up here. Anyway, give the eye biters a couple. Hey guys. Yeah, he loves it. I'm going to throw one for the. He was up there too. Yeah, I named him Sunny because he's a sunfish. And just telling everybody, well, hi, Budget Pond Keeper, welcome. You're showing everyone my sunfish here. This is a fish that I actually netted myself about almost going on 7 years ago. And it was just a very new free swimming fry when I got him. I actually had 2, but when they got a little bigger, this one killed the other one when they were about 1.5 inches long. I guess it wanted to live alone with these other fish, but it didn't like its conspecifics too well. Oh, no problem, Budget. You have a good day at work, mate. So back over here to the Dragon Bloods. It's embarrassing about this glass. I just don't like getting bit. See, I have psoriasis on my arm, and when I put it in there, it hurts quite bad if they bite it. So I'm in the process of getting a magnet scraper for the inside, or get a stick that I can go down and do that. Yeah, they will bite. And here's a bunch of grow outs over here too. I got another 75. These are all 75-gallon tanks along the wall here. And this is some of the bigger grow outs. There is Casanova's son. He's like a spitting image of him. He's going to be the next. He's going to be a breeder. He's going to be one of them that stays on. But the rest of them, I'm trying to find homes for. Okay, let's move on around this way to this rack. This is just one of those racks you buy at Lowe's or Home Depot. All these other stands are cinder block that I painted blue to match the paint on it in the back, and 2x4s. And here's the one down this way. It's a bigger one. It has all these 20 longs. I got a couple empty ones here. I got some projects I'm coming up. I'm going to be trying to breed some wild type bettas, and I'm thinking about doing them in these tanks. I just got it's like a hospital tank here. I got a convict in there that was getting beat up. So I moved him in here, and he just hides in that cave all day. But back over here, here's my mystery snail breeders. They produce a lot of clutches in this tank. In fact, I got one right up here right now climbing up onto the lid. She's probably gonna leave some eggs there tonight. They climb right out of the tank. I came down here one night, and I had like 4 of them lined up here, and they all left a clutch, all at the same time. It's amazing. And down here in this 29, lots of bunch of my black molly grow outs. Here I got a bunch of breeders upstairs. I can't film upstairs because my wife's up there and she's trying to sleep. But lots of black mollies. They do really well for me. And lots of, you can't really see them because they match the substrate, but there's a whole bunch of albino bristlenose in this tank too. There's a few on the glass you can see, but there's a lot of them in there. Probably a good 50 or 60 of them in there. Up here in this tank, well, this is my Apistogramma cacatoides triple red. And they're down there in that cave right now. And I'm hoping that, hoping they're spawning. They've gone through the motion several times, but I've never seen any fry yet. Just a simple tank with a sponge filter. Down here you can see these are the clutches that those mystery snails produce. I put them on a styrofoam platform here, and then I'll close this up on it so it can stay nice and humid. Keeps it nice and warm. And I come down here, and when you pick them up, when they start to fall apart in your hands, you put them down in the water and just rub your fingers together, and all the baby snails will float down to the bottom. And after about 2 or 3 weeks, you'll notice them all over the glass. Let's get down here on the floor. I'm going to show you my crayfish down here. I got my dwarf crayfish and some blue dream shrimp down here too. Crayfish don't bother the blue dreams at all. Of course, they're hiding most of the time too. You can maybe just see one right there. They're pretty bashful. They don't like to come out very much. And I got a bristlenose down here just to keep the place cleaned up. It's kind of cloudy in there right now. It's been that way for a couple days. Got lots of scuds in there too. You can see that little scud swimming. Every now and again I will try to net those out and feed them to my pistos. So how's everybody doing tonight out there? I wish those crayfish would come out. I have a female that's buried right now, and the eggs they have are really big. The lost city of the flower pot. Good. Hi, Steve. How you doing there, brother? These are my, if they come out, I'm trying to, of course, you never want to come out when I get the camera out, but these are my dwarf crayfish. These are Cambarellus diminutus, supposedly the smallest crayfish in the world. And they come from right here in America, down in the southeast. Females get about 1 inch to maybe 1.25 inches, and the males usually stay within under 1 inch. You get one of these larger Neocaradinas down here, and they're a bit bigger than the largest ones. But I haven't noticed any aggression toward them. Every once in a while I see like a partial lunge at them, but they've never gotten one that I've seen. I just wish the female would come out because she's buried up and she's got some really big eggs that she's jumbling around underneath her. I think that's her back there in that pod. I'm not sure if she comes out or not. It would be nice. Kind of reminds me of the Jurassic Park movie when they're going through for the tour and the dinosaurs wouldn't come out. Kind of like that here. Okay, let's move on to another tank. This is my jungle tank. I started out with 10 Neocaridina in this tank. And let's see if I go up top here so you can see. There are a lot of shrimp in here now. In fact, every Blue Dream shrimp I have in this fish room came from that original 10. I bet I have a good couple hundred in here now. And then I started another colony down in that 20-gallon. And then down here in this 20-gallon too. There's another colony down there. Move over this way. I put a couple Blue Dream in this tank along with all these scuds just to see what happens. You can't really see them very well, but there are a lot of scuds in this tank. I'll take a chunk of Java moss and throw in here and leave it for about an hour. Then I'll take the forceps and pull it out and put it in the pisto tank, and I'll have about 30 or 40 scuds on it. Yeah, there's a bunch swimming there. There they are. Yeah, they're not show tanks, that's for sure. And then down here in my 55-gallon Blue Dream tank, I got a bunch of shrimp in this tank. And with this one, I started out with about 6 to 8, I think, maybe 8. And I have gotten, there are so many tiny babies we can't even see on this camera because I can't get it to zoom very well for me. But there are a lot of shrimp in here. There's a lot up here swimming around too, by the way. And up on this plant, these plants up here. There's lots up there. Let's see here. All over the Java moss. Now this Java moss, Coral, you might know something about this. This Java moss is carpeting all my tanks rather than, when it first started out, it was like that, like a bush. But now it's very healthy, as you can see. It's nice and green. But it's carpeting. It's going into the aragonite, and it's spreading out all over the place. I'm not real familiar with plants, but I kind of like the way it looks, but I don't know. Look closely at that dragonstone there. There's a lot of little baby shrimplets on that. Like the Indian almond leaf down here, they like that quite well. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a giveaway coming up here, and probably going to give away some of these shrimp to someone who would like them. I love to share my stuff, and I figure, well, why not? Give somebody else a chance to have something like this if they don't have it. And I'm going to turn around this way. I got the 65-gallon. This is a tank that was given to me from a friend here in my town. 65 gallons. Is 3 feet wide, 2 feet tall, and 18.5 inches wide. You know, I got in there's a few ram's horn snails. I think I got like a wild cull shrimp I put in there just to hang out. And these shrimp have already, or the snails, I should say, have already bred, and there's a bunch of babies in there. No substrate yet. Still deciding if I'm going to do this as the dirted tank. I'd have to clear all the water out and then start over again. But it's all cycled though. I got the sponge filters there. They're all cycled from used media. Oh, your Java moss is all gone now, Mark, or Steve. You know, it's amazing because my African cichlids don't mess with it. I don't know if I think I went by that tank already. I'm going to make my way back over there. Let's go back over this way. Well, you can see I got quite a bit of room down here. I got 6 tanks upstairs. Let's see, I got 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, and then I got 3 more tanks upstairs, and then I got 6 that are set up. So I'm probably going to stop at about 30. And there's some of my pink ram's horn snails that I'm trying to line breed. Now, see here, this Java moss is doing a lot better. This is what I'm more accustomed to. Maybe it's because the light's a little better. I don't know. But over here, and that hornwort does really well because that grows really well too. But here, all this Java moss carpets the whole floor pretty much on the tank. It's really odd because it's the same water, but from tank to tank. And here, my pink convict, it's a pair over here that been hanging out with a stripe. But this moss here is called pillow moss, P-I-L-O. It doesn't seem to do as well for me as the Java moss does. Look at all these bristlenose here. And all these plants here are Rotala. You can see all the roots going heading down. I just floated up there because I don't have enough substrate in this tank to really do any rooted plants. And then, I don't know if you've seen this yet or not, Steve. This is the mermaid weed. This is growing quite a bit. I mentioned earlier, when I first planted, it was about down to here. And that's all new growth. And these pieces over here are real small. And they've grown quite a bit too. The dragonstone and the African cichlids, they don't mess with any of these plants, which I'm absolutely amazed at, because in the other tanks, if I throw hornwort in there, they'll have it devoured within about 20 minutes. And in here, they don't bother any of this. They don't bother any of this Rotala. They don't bother the moss. Nothing. Yeah, I was up late with I'll put some music on. I was up late and I figured, well, go ahead and come down to the fish room and hang out for a little while. Tailhead gang, little buggers. Yeah, oh yeah. Now, if I threw duckweed in this tank, they'd be all over it. They eat duckweed like popcorn. Which is a good thing because I have 2 tanks upstairs just chucked full of it. And it's free food. Perpetual free food. The same as the scuds. The scuds are a live food that they're hard to get rid of, but you know what? If the fish eat them, good source of protein. It doesn't cost me a dime. Yeah, this is totally unplanned to do this stream. I just kind of figured I'd get on here. I was kind of sitting down here watching the fish, and I thought, well, hop on here and see what happens. Yeah, it's a very good source of protein, and they breed nonstop, those scuds. I just have to be really careful because I found a couple scuds in my Blue Dream tank, and I catch them out as soon as I find them because I don't want them to get a foothold. But once you see one, there's going to be more than that. But I try to keep the numbers way down. I've never seen them bother my shrimp, but the big problem with the scuds is they'll eat moss like this. If I put that piece of moss in that scud tank, that would be gone in less than a week. Completely devoured. Which I just find that amazing how they can be so, how they can polish that much food off for being as small as they are. But that would be gone. I've done it before. Leave it longer than 2 days and it's gone. Yeah, I've only got that one sponge filter for this whole tank. This has been up and running now. Trying to think when I set it up. Oh, the hornwort. Yeah, the hornwort is great. It's a great plant. Great for breeding light bearers too. I've got a million black mollies. They're one of my best sellers on my Get Gill store when I'm shipping, which is going to be coming up here pretty soon. But I can't even give these guys away. Oh, you've gone barbs. Oh, yeah. You got rid of your platies? Oh, they were so nice. Couldn't you keep them together? I actually want to breed cherry barbs. Yeah, barbs. Yep. Upstairs. Ah. Now, Steve, what type of barbs do you have now? I'm trying to branch off into other types of fish. I've had cichlids since the 70s. Africans are the newest thing for me. I've only had these guys for a little over 3 years. But they seem to be the, I like them. And I thought, well, if I got something that I liked, I could breed and, help support my hobby. But these Africans, for some reason or another, they don't move very well here. Oh, look up. Let's see here. But the goldfish and the platies ate your Java moss? I'm just reading back up there. Did I really miss asking? Oh yeah, the minnows. Yeah. Hey, you too, Budget. Have a great day now. Thanks for stopping in, mate. Appreciate it. Oh, by the way, Budget, if you're still here for a second, Aquarium Daily, Andrew, you mentioned earlier about an aquarium, and he wants you to reach out to him about it because he can help you get set up. Have a good day. Also, Steve is great with tanks, and he lives in the UK. Yeah, I had my time with the Oscars, Jeff. Great fish. I love them, but I tell you, they just want to eat everything else in the tank, no matter what it is. I had a Chinese algae eater, and they were both about 5 inches long, and I came down here. They lived together for almost a year. Came down here, and the Chinese algae eater was cigaring out of the Oscar's mouth, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, this fish was huge. Kind of getting to the more of the guppy friend. I got my very first guppy type fish, like I said, about 3 months ago. I got those blue star endlers, and I tell you, I love them. And I'm hoping to pick up some Gadiids from Skull Aquatics. He has a lot of different species of the Gadiids, and big as a scud tent. Yeah, the Rotella's doing good up here floating. I mean, I can see the roots are kind of reaching down. Yeah, the scuds are a double-edged sword, really. I brought them in on purpose. Sometimes I regret that, but you know what? It's like I mentioned earlier, it's a free food source. It just keeps going and going and going. Just toss in a pellet once in a while, just do a water change just like you do for the fish. 20% every week or every other week. They multiply a lot. Protect the feeder guppy in an odd situation. Oh, is that right? I didn't know that. When I was younger, in my 20s, I used to do some live feedings. I'd get, back in the day when I had my red devils and green terrors and jack dempseys and all that stuff that we get when we're young. I'd feed them some feeder goldfish once in a while. And I found out that was a bad thing to do. And not for the sake of doing it, but more or less for the health of the fish I was feeding to, because it parasites, or if the goldfish were ill because they're not really that healthy to begin with, they breed them by the millions, and you're putting that into your prized fish. And I've had more than one fish pass away from some parasites that have gotten in from that type of feeding. So I've been sticking to prepared foods now, or freeze dried. I don't even feed frozen anymore, because I was still getting when I was feeding the frozen brine shrimp, I was having that same problem on occasion, and I've never had that problem since I stopped it. In fact, I'm kind of proud of the fact that I haven't had a disease in any of these tanks in several years now. And the Blue Dream shrimp I mentioned on a live stream the other day, or it might have been a video, I'm not sure, one of the two. But I've never had the scuds are in every tank you own? Yeah. Yeah, once you get the scuds, you're going to have them for the long haul, unless you get something that's going to get in there and eradicate every single one of them, and even then it's going to be hard to do. But I'll be honest, they keep the tank clean. They go down into the substrate, they'll get down and clean stuff up that the other stuff won't do really. They're really not that bad. They say they're bad for the shrimp. Say they'll eat the little shrimplets, but you know what? In that tank down there I showed a minute ago, the one that was a little bit on the cloudy side, that shrimp colony down there is growing like crazy, and there's a lot of baby tiny shrimp in there. And there's a lot of scuds in that tank, a lot of them. My biggest problem with the scuds is they'll eat all the moss I put in the tank. You want to put some in there for the shrimp. Plant-wise, I throw out a big handful of cornwort in that tank, and it's still in there, but you can see they've eaten it down over 50% over the last couple of weeks. Oh yeah, scuds are good. The hardiest live food I think I've ever seen. They're survivors. Now, blackworms are what I want to get. I can't find them anywhere. I think the scuds will eat the blackworms. I know that the scuds and Daphnia leave the blackworms alone. But the snails, they're slow to the food. Then once they get there, though, they'll claim it as their own. But I've never had anything starved to death, I don't think. And I got a lot of snails. I'm going to walk over to that tank. I don't know if Steve's seen this one yet or not. Tanked up. Lots of snails in this tank. I do have some assassin snails in here, and I think they keep some of the numbers down a little bit. You see back there, you'll see a white shell, empty ram's horn snail. And there's also a whole bunch of the Malaysian trumpet snails in this tank. And just to think, I only started out with 10 shrimp in this tank. It didn't take long either. It's been about 5 months, 4 or 5 months. I've got to have a couple hundred shrimp in here anyway. Because there's a lot of tiny shrimplets that you can barely see with the naked eye. I have to use a magnifying glass. But they're all over the place. I need blackworms, and I want to do the Daphnia too. Maybe this summer we can have an arrangement where I can buy some from you, and you can ship them to me. I cannot find the California blackworms to save my life here. And that's something I need for the wild type bettas when I start breeding them. Yeah, this is the same tank I showed earlier. Hey, good morning, Andrew. Hey, Budget was here, Budget Pond Keeper, a moment ago, and I mentioned about the aquarium. He mentioned about it, and I think he's going to reach out to you. He's going to need some help. He has no idea how to set up an aquarium. I'm just up late with the fish here tonight, Andrew. I'm just walking around. I got bored upstairs, and I came down here, and I figured, well, watching these guys, and there's quite a few blue dreams on that sponge shoulder there. One bristle nose in this tank to keep the janitor. And here's this. A lot of the scuds like to hang up here on the sponge filter. But you can see how they ate this hornwort down, Coral. That was a big bunch, and it came down to about here. And it was all thick. And they stripped that bugger almost completely to the root. Yeah, I'm not sure how to contact him, Andrew. He, I suppose next time we catch him on a live stream, you can find out his information or whatever, and you guys can get to talking about that. Hey, I wanted to show you this here. I just put this jackfruit leaf in this tank only a couple weeks ago, and they have eaten it down. Look at that. You can see through it now. But here I got a lot of hornwort in this tank. And the reason why I have so much is because I've gotten most of the scuds out of here. I caught a couple scuds in here swimming around, and I netted them out, but there are a few in there yet. Other than that, they don't bother the shrimp from what I've seen. There's shrimp in here, but there's also some scuds. These are blue dreams here. I got quite a few in there, but there was some. I seen a scud in here. I don't know how it got from this tank to this tank, but probably on a net or something. I don't know. But I caught them out. Oh, thanks, Andrew. Yeah, I like these guys. I don't know if you've seen the Bloody Mary yet. I'm going to bring them over here to show you the Bloody Marys if they're out. I only have a few. Let's see if there's any of them out. They're on top of the sponge filter. You can see the red spots. Those are some of the new babies. The female would come out. She is just beautiful. I like how the moss is growing on that dragonstone. Some of my prized ram's horn snails there. I love them. Lots of plecos. All over the filter, all over the substrate, under the Java moss. Firemouth, they're a nice little fish. I don't find them too awfully aggressive. Pull my chair over here. There we go. And of course my black mollies, I like them quite well. Got lots of baby mollies upstairs. Probably have a couple hundred in this house altogether. Pink convict here. I think he's mating off with this little striped one here, but you know what's odd is that's the first time I ever seen a male that had the orange coloring on its stomach. Usually it's only the female. But that one has it too. The male, and there's the female here. You know, the funny thing of it is, those mollies will stand up for themselves. The convicts go after them. They'll kind of defend themselves a little bit. I've seen them take a bite at them every now and then. These are what I use for dithers in my shell dweller tank. The black mollies, because they will defend themselves. Keeps the Maltese busy anyway. Nobody gets hurt. It's just kind of fun to watch. Well, I certainly appreciate everybody stopping in here tonight. Don't have any Jack Dempseys at the moment. No, that's a pink convict. That's a pink convict there. It's a male pink convict, and that's a female black striped convict. I wouldn't mind getting some of the pink Jack Dempseys, though. Those would be quite nice. Yeah. Care, Jeff. Yeah. Thanks, Andrew. I appreciate that. Well, I probably should get off here, guys. Just figured I'd jump on here and spend a little time with everybody, and I really appreciate it. No, I'm not on Discord yet, Jeff. How do you? I mean, I'm not very tech savvy, and I'm basically just on Facebook, and I'm not on Facebook very often. I use Facebook Messenger to message people and stuff, but the Messenger. Hey, Coro, have a good night. Thanks a lot. But I want to try and do the Discord. I'm not really sure. Fish tank was blocked. I didn't mean to. Uh-oh. If somebody... What the hell? I accidentally blocked Fish Tank Frank. Oh, son of a... No, I did not mean to do that. That was an accident somehow. Oh, God. No, he didn't do anything wrong. That was my mistake. How do you undo that? Hey, Dusty, how you doing? Hey, Dusty, have you ever seen a male convict with the orange on the stomach like that? Pink one right there? That's the male, and here's the female in this tank. Figure out how to... Pocket modding. Does anybody know how to bring back Fish Tank Frank? I don't know what the hell happened here. If anybody sees him on another stream or something, would you let him know that that was a mistake, and I apologize. Oh, really? Dusty, you're looking for African cichlids? I got a ton of dragon blood and red zebras. Here's some small ones that are growing out. The dragon blood peacocks. And I'll show you some of them when they get bigger. Go to the other tank over here. I got all different sizes too. This is the breeding group. I got females holding down in this tank. Pretty nice. Beautiful fish. Lots of nice color. I should probably showed you my sunfish. There he is. I'll just do a flyby here. And I'll show you the dragon bloods over here. The breeder male. Let's call him Casanova. He gets all the women down here are pregnant. Got their mouths full of eggs, full of babies. Tank over here with a bunch of grow outs. There's his son. He's like a spitting image. He's up near the top. Come on down here so you can see it better. Come on down here. Hi, Sandy. How you doing? This kind of a little impromptu live stream here. I just up late with a fish. Just kind of jumped onto it. How you doing, Sandy? Good to see you here. There he is down there. There's the sun. He's a pretty little fish, I tell you. Here's one of my big Sandies out. You like those African cichlids, Dusty? I'm looking to clear out this entire tank. What are you going to get at the pet shop, Craig? Oh, you do like them? Okay. Well, good. I'm sure you're gonna get some of them then, because I want to clear a lot of these out. I want to keep a few, but not this many. I want to keep just a few of the red zebras and a few of the dragon bloods. That's gonna be about it. I'll probably keep them in one tank together, like I have in this tank here. I got some red zebras, and you can see they get along pretty good. The aggression level's way down in this tank. You got so many fish in there, they just kind of like, this is a 40 gallon. And these are just little guys here. Oh, hi, Adele. I'm sorry, I didn't see you come in. This chat just jumped on me. How you doing there, my friend? I tell you, when I learned this music thing, I heard Adele doing it on her stream, and I thought, wow, this makes it so much nicer when you're on here by yourself, because give somebody something to listen to besides me rambling on. Is it too loud? I think it might be too loud again. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Is Carl still in? It is a touch loud still? Okay, I just turned it down a little bit. Let me Let's see if I can bring that down again by hand. Whoops, wrong way. Down there. There we go. All right. What they already. Oops, okay, not that one. The detector is a touch loud. I'm not sure what the detector is. Oh, the smoke detector. Ah, yeah. Well, it's going to be that way until I can hire somebody to come in here and climb up 30 feet to my cathedral ceiling and then climb over another 20 feet on a horizontal. If I do it, I'll break my neck. I can guarantee that. Yeah, I can't get up there to do that. I wish I could get it all onto a central place where I can change one large battery to control all of them. Would be nice. I'm trying to figure it out. Hi, Lovey. How you doing? Oh, it's so nice to see you. I'm just showing all these fish here. I'm going to try and get a lot of these to St. Dust aquariums, to Dusty. My channel won't? Hey, Dusty, are you on Facebook by chance? Yeah, for me in my house here, I mean, we own this place, but it's so, right now, I just got to hire somebody who's agile enough and has the right type of ladder, because trust me, a standard ladder won't get it. I almost have to hire the fire department to bring one of those tall ladders that go up and then go over, because I cannot get to it. If I knew that damn thing was up there when I bought this house back in 07, I would have had him taking that thing down immediately, because I knew that as soon as that battery goes off on that thing, it's been chirping ever since. In fact, I'm going to get an electrician. I'm going to have that thing moved, if I can, down where I can reach it. Oh, yours is on the Fish Fam link? Okay. All right. Hey, see you, Steve. Have a good day now. Yeah, I got to get to bed pretty soon myself. I'm not sure what time it is here now. Probably about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, something. I'm not sure. I'm a late owl anyway. I'm always up till about 4 o'clock in the morning. But, you know, I've been going... I don't have a pen, but I can watch the replay later when the live chat is on and write it down. You want to go ahead and just type it out? I can check it out later and jot it down. activity over here with these convicts here. They're really a chill couple though. They just get along great. The male there just keeps an eye on the territory, and she goes off and gets something to eat and comes back. And got to give an overview of the fish room here. Up there's my air that starts over here to the pump. I have one of those big Danner pond pumps that goes around, and as it gets all the way down this way like a horseshoe and comes up, and then it ends over here at where's it at? I have an air diffuser up here that I have to bleed air off because it's too. I need to get some more tanks set up down here. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it's bleeding off quite a bit of air. Oh, thank you. I got a lot of room over this way too. I got some stuff I have to clear out, but if I wanted to get serious down here and get a lot of, I'm probably going to stop at about 30 tanks. That's enough for me to keep me busy. This right here keeps me busy. The tanks I have down here. But I'm not sure if you've seen this guy yet or not. Have you seen this fish before, Adele? This is Sunny, my sunfish. He's a fish I caught myself almost 7 years ago as a tiny fry. Just the nicest fish. Just beautiful. Yeah, I would too if I was a few years younger, probably. I got a few tanks over here I still need to set up. Got some 20 longs. I have big plans down here, though. Once I do clear out a lot of these African cichlids, I'm going to get these tanks all rearranged, and I want to get some different species down here in the fish room. Take a look back there at that female. She's got a mouth just chock full of babies. When you can see their chin is distended, right back there. They won't eat it for about 3 weeks. They won't eat. Was that an eye eater? No. Oh yeah, there's an albino in here. It's an albino eye biter right there. The Besser blocks are cinder. Yeah, these are what I have, the cinder blocks. I painted them blue. Kind of match the background and the inside of the tanks. Got to get this algae. Like I said, I got to get this algae cleaned up, but I don't like getting bit on my arms because I have psoriasis and it hurts like hell when they bite it. So I don't want to scoop the fish and hurt myself at the same time. Yeah, Dusty, we'll get together here and I'll get you, send some of these fish to you. Well, my friends, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I really, really appreciate seeing everybody here. I'll show you these other eye biters down this way, Dusty. 1 second. Yeah, I got 2 males and a female. There's a male there. That's a female. That's the female right there. And there's one of the males. I'm getting photobombed here by Sonny. He's the tank boss, big time. But he's a gentle tank boss. He keeps everything under control. He doesn't pick on anybody. He doesn't beat anybody up, but he shows who's boss. Thank you. Yeah, I'd probably be interested in getting rid of some of these too if you're interested in them. Do you have, hey Craig, what type of fish are you going to think about getting, or you just want to look and see what they have? I've never kept saltwater yet either. Take care, Deb. Have a great day, my friend. So nice to see you, honey. Take care. All right, my friends. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys all soon. I appreciate you being here, my friends. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great day, afternoon, or night. Bye-bye. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.